I wasn't expecting to like this robot vacuum as much as I did. Seriously, I've tested enough of these things to know how the story usually goes. Every new flagship arrives claiming it's smarter, stronger, faster, and somehow revolutionary. Then you put it on the floor and realize it's basically doing the same job as the last 5 robots you looked at. That's why the MOVA V50 Ultra caught me off guard. Not because it has some magical feature nobody has ever thought of before. It caught me off guard because after a few days, I stopped paying attention to it. And weirdly, that's probably the biggest compliment I can give any robot vacuum. I wasn't rescuing it from furniture. I wasn't clearing brush tangles. I wasn't wondering why it skipped half a room. It just went out, cleaned, came back, and got ready for the next run. That's exactly what these things are supposed to do, but surprisingly few actually manage it. Now let's talk about cleaning performance because that's where companies love throwing giant numbers at you. The V50 is rated at 24,000 Pascal suction. Honestly, whenever I see numbers that big, I become a little skeptical. At some point, it starts feeling like a horsepower war, but this thing backs it up. Dust disappeared, crumbs disappeared, pet hair disappeared, and cat litter, which is usually where robot vacuums start exposing their weaknesses, didn't seem to bother it much either. The thing just cleans aggressively, not in a reckless way, just confidently. What impressed me even more, though, was something most people probably won't notice during the first week: the brush system. Anybody with pets knows the pain. Every manufacturer claims they've solved hair tangles. Then 2 weeks later, you're sitting on the floor with scissors in your hand, cutting hair off the roller brush. I've done that more times than I care to admit. The MOVA isn't completely immune to hair. No robot is, but it's one of the first I've used where I looked underneath after several cleaning cycles and thought, wait, that's it? There was way less hair wrapped around the brushes than I expected. Maybe it's the Turbo Wave Duo brush design. Maybe it's the way it channels hair to one side. Whatever they're doing, it's working, and honestly, I'd take that over another 1,000 pascals of suction any day. Then we get to mopping. This is where I expected the V50 to be good. Not great, just good. I was wrong. The floors consistently looked cleaner than I expected them to. Not marketing video clean, actually clean. The dual spinning mop pads do what spinning mop pads are supposed to do. They scrub instead of dragging dirty water around. One mop extends outward to reach edges, which sounds minor until you realize how many robot mops leave dirty strips hugging your walls. The warm water feature was another thing I almost dismissed. I thought, okay, nice buzzword. Turns out it wasn't just a buzzword. Combined with the cleaning solution system and decent downward pressure, everyday messes came up easier than I expected. Now let's talk about the feature that made me smile like an idiot. Threshold climbing. For years, robot vacuums have treated thresholds like they're mountain ranges. Some eventually get over them. Some throw a tantrum halfway through. Some simply surrender. The MOVA V50 seems personally offended by obstacles. Watching this thing lift itself and crawl over tall thresholds for the first time was genuinely entertaining. I actually ran the test more than once just because I wanted to see it again. That's not normal behavior for a vacuum review, but here we are. The navigation deserves some credit too. I've always felt there was a trade-off in this category. You either get excellent leader navigation and a taller robot, or you get a low-profile robot that can fit under furniture but sacrifices mapping performance. The V50 tries to cheat that compromise. Its LiDAR tower drops down when it approaches low furniture and pops back up when it doesn't need the extra clearance. Simple idea, very effective. Honestly, I'm surprised more companies didn't do it sooner. Now, before this starts sounding like a love letter, there are a couple of things that could be better. Obstacle avoidance is good, not amazing. If you leave larger objects around, it'll usually handle them fine. Smaller clutter is a different story. It's not terrible, but it's also not the robot I'd crown king of obstacle avoidance. Battery life is another area where it's merely solid. For most homes, you'll never care. For bigger homes, you might occasionally watch it head back for a recharge before finishing everything. Neither issue bothered me much, but they're worth mentioning because despite those shortcomings, I kept coming back to the same thought. This thing is just really well put together. Nothing feels half finished. Nothing feels rushed. The vacuuming works. The mopping works. The threshold climbing is ridiculous in the best way possible. The dock handles almost everything automatically. The app gives you more control than most people will ever need. And after spending time with it, I honestly get why it's creating so much buzz. No, it doesn't reinvent robot vacuums. I don't think it needs to. What it does is take nearly every important part of the robot vacuum experience and execute it at a very high level, and right now that's enough to make a lot of bigger names look over their shoulder.